over Robinson, and the bank is still open at this hour on Thursday night. 44-27.
Robinson 3 for 6 from downtown in the first half, make it 4 for 7, and that was an attempt at the off the easy. Trying to play it off the Knights player. Instead, that will be a turnover, a foul committed. Knights with possession, Boykin looking, finding Ortiz, getting it right back. Robinson looking to get hot. Missed on that one. Tough rebound for the Hawks, and Ortiz tried to get it right back, but the referee blows the whistle. Alyssa Ortiz trying to make the hustle play there. Got the hand right in the middle of the action, but too much body contact, says the referee. Hawks hanging around here in the third quarter. Need to start making some plays on the offensive end. They need some baskets. They got to start taking some steps on the comeback trail. And oh my, a meeting of the minds at the rim. Azare Whiting getting the best of it. I'll meet you at the cup. Backcourt violation, says the referee. .22 lead now here for the Knights. Hawks desperate for a basket. Driving on the baseline. Ortiz getting up off the backside and getting the tip. What an effort play. Boykin, 1-on-2. Oh my, couldn't get the basket. Hawks running. They've got numbers. What a ball fake. Boykin trying to get those points right back. Nice ball movement as they find Walker. She finds the open shooter, Robinson. Cannot hit. What a rebound from Whiting, down low. Climbing to the tippy top of the ladder to pull that one down. Baseline drive. No and one, but two at the line. As the Hawks, long time without a basket at least. We'll get a look at the charity stripe. We are almost halfway through this third quarter, and it's looking just like we saw in the second quarter. All Knights on one side of the court and the other as well. Strong defensive performance for the Knights, creating so many transition opportunities And then when they are stopped in the half court, they are more than willing to pass that rock around and find open shots. 12 assists on the team, on the day in the first half, and more than a few added here in the third quarter as that miss at the line pulled down by the Hawks. 3 in the corner, no good. A fight for the rebound goes the Knights' way as Robinson pulls it down. Finding Whiting down low as the sophomore connection leads to 2 points. Even the lady working the Chick-fil-A stand clapping at that one. Around the pick. Here comes a second defender, though, as once again the Knights defense ready. So was the offense of the Hawks that time as they hit from downtown. Quickly into the O-zone. Walker getting 2 of those 3 right back as she gets another off the offensive glass. 10 rebounds in the first half. 4 of them offensive for Ariel Walker. She's now working on a double-double. Whiting looking to run. Has it poked away at the last second, but a little bit too much body contact, says the referee. Now under 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. 55-33 as the Knights with possession in their zone. A fresh 25 to work with on the shot clock as Coach DeVoe's squad goes to the substitution package. Moving the ball around the three-point line, trying to thread the needle on that pass. Oh, nice hop step. Couldn't get the basket at the end of it all, though. Knights, they don't have numbers, but they have trailers on the break. Cross court with the pass. Ramirez now drives baseline, and she's fouled. Nadia Simpson with a heads-up offensive play, driving the baseline on one side of the court, realizing there's a whole lot of space on the other. Nice, safe cross-court pass onto the other side, and how about a trip to the line? Chance to slow it down and a chance to build on the lead as that thing just continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger for Coach DeVoe's squad. 1 for 2 trip at the line for number 13, Alea Rodriguez. Floater. Cannot get the friendly roll off the iron. Knights running. They won't be gunning on that one as they are slowed down just a bit. 20 on the shot clock, so plenty of time for them to work in the half court. And that is swatted away, but possession stays here. Good defensive stand, or at least the start of a good defensive stand for this College of Southern Maryland team. Rodriguez passing out. That's Green on the baseline jumper, a little short. And 2 players with a return to special, a return to sender special. One of them a little worse for wear. 2 Knights players jumping up into the air to swat that ball away. Tough fall, but you gotta love the effort. Defense, almost all effort. All the effort plays for the Knights. Starting to pile up. Starting to lead to a very, very commanding lead in this game. Obviously, you gotta have the stats that do show up on the scorecard, but you gotta have the plays that don't show up. You gotta have the plays that only the coaches notice. Those are the little things that make championship teams, and this Knights team trying to become a championship team. Coach DeVoe has been a part of a championship squad here before at CCBC Essex, trying to build one of his own ilk. Driving after the three from the Knights on the other side. Hawks trying to get three right back. And that's a jump ball. Where's that possession arrow pointed? On the other side, says the referee. Another effort play for the Knights, creating an extra possession. It was Kendra Lee Ramirez who had the three just a few seconds ago. Knights in the half court again. Ramirez finds Nelson. Boykin with the offensive glass, cleaning up down low. 2 points after the miss. Boykin gets the steal, walks the tightrope, in and out. Oh my, no foul call. The beginnings of a tremendous play, and that's a tech. And Coach DeVoe thrown out on that one. Can't say I blame him. At the end of the day, he's just sticking up for his squad. That was a real tough play down low. All in all, the game will continue, with one less coach on the sideline for the Knights. Sure, that'll fire up the girls, though, as you hear now the bench coming alive, as the fans do as well, letting their new coach hear it. Coach DeVoe, 4 games into his tenure here at CCBC Essex, and it has been a tremendous start. The assistant coaching staff, as well as the girls on the court, will look to finish the job for their fallen general, so to speak. 2 at the line on the technical and the ball, as the action on the court will resume. No one happier than that. No one happier about that than the referees, I'm sure. And we will all put that mess behind us, and the action will resume on the court. 61-35, under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. All in all, the Knights still driving the bus here. It's Boykin, tough rebound, takes it away. Running. Oh, nice move. That was a travel, says the referee. So it was the beginnings of a nice move. Little too eager as they dance with it. Alea Rodriguez, the one who walked with it. And she got it right back. Take those away from me! And one opportunity for Rodriguez. My goodness. Defense to offense with some style. The freshman from District Heights dancing after that one. What a beauty at the cup. Oh, my goodness. What a play. What a game. Just another reason why you got to come check out a game here at the Castle. And why get one when you can get 2? And the comedy of errors continue. That's a travel when she's falling down on the rebound. Coach Fitzhugh, Arthur Fitzhugh, seeing enough from his coaching staff and his bench, doesn't want to see anybody talk to the referees anymore for the rest of the game. And that's 10 seconds. Another great example of what a tremendous job, a smothering defensive performance it's been They got the 5-second call earlier in the game on a play where the Hawks were unable to get the ball in on an inbounds, and that's 10 seconds, unable to get the ball over the half-court line. Defense everywhere. Nelson for three in front of the bench. Oh, what a putback as Green catches the defense sleeping. Yoink, I'll take that. And that as well, as Green gets a fingertip on that one. Mackenzie Green, freshman forward from Baltimore, Maryland, by way of Kenwood High School. Good flash of effort here with the offensive glass, and then the attempt on the steal. Nice bucket on the pull-up jumper at the end of it all. Under 50 seconds left to play. And we have a little Butterfingers moment as the Knights can't get the catch down. Hawks will look to go for the 2-for-1. Nelson this time with a hand in the passing lane. Into the painted area, swiped away. Kendra Lee Ramirez smashing the steal button on the shot attempt. Another strong defensive stand for the Knights. Passing out, Boykin. Oh, had the defender on skates with the jab step. What a move offensively for number 2. Cross-court pass. Hawks showing and going. Another great move on the other end. Knights trying to answer. Ramirez at the buzzer, no good. 67-39 as our score at the end of the third quarter. And the Knights took that momentum they established for themselves in the second quarter, and they multiplied it times at least 2, maybe even 3 or 4 in the third quarter, as it is their game headed in to winning time. The fourth and final quarter is just minutes away from us. And the action on the court is underway once again in the fourth quarter. Quick trigger on the 3 ball from the Hawks as they have the first possession of the fourth. Able to chase their own miss. Long comebacks looking in front of them. Are they able to take their first step on the comeback trail here in the fourth, as we see a nice move on the crossover leads to a good shot. That would have been a second look at it if they would have been able to get the rebound, as that shot went off the rim. That one didn't. Walker tried to get the save but couldn't. And the Hawks, little jab step. Cross-court pass, running the baseline, and the bank still open here on this Wednesday night. And the Hawks do take their first step on the comeback trail. Can they take a few more? Can they breathe some new life into this game? As are they going to roll with continuation? Waiting for the official call on if that will rule, if that basket is ruled. It is. That's an and one opportunity for the Knights. Reagan Robinson rolling with the continuation there. She gets the basket and a trip to the line. Robinson, 14 points through 3 quarters. She is the second leading scorer for this Knights team. Mayana Boykin with 18 points, and they are really shooting the ball well. Robinson, 5 for 11 from the field. Boykin, 9 for 16. Robinson, 4 for 9 from downtown. 3 points to start the fourth quarter as Robinson now has 17 in the game. The leading scorer between the two teams is on the other side of the court. That is number 1, Amani Taylor. She has 22 points. Make it 24 as she had the first 2 of the fourth for the Hawks. 70-41 is our score right now as Knights got the whistle, and we will restart. Robinson, step back 3, little heat check, and she's on fire. 6 in a row to start for the sophomore. Little shimmy, shimmy, y'all on that one. Taylor, pull up on the baseline, cannot hit. It's a fight for the rebound. Hawks get it. Robinson wants the defensive assignment. Taylor pulls up off the front of the iron. Nelson pulls down the miss. Ortiz running. Using the offhand for 2 points. Nice move from Ortiz. Running the floor very well there. And another 10 seconds as the Hawks cannot get it over the line in time. This defense is having themselves a day. The Knights through 3 quarters shooting the ball very well, 40% from the field. On the other end, a much different story. 22% from the field is the numbers for this College of Southern Maryland team. They at least were able to improve on their numbers from the second quarter as they shot 3 for 22 from the field in the second, 4 for 16 in the third. All in all, not much of an improvement. All in all, a tough day at the office for this Hawks team, as sometimes you are the buzzsaw, sometimes you get chopped up by the buzzsaw. In this Knights team slicing and dicing their way through the Hawks. Ortiz driving the baseline, putting the brakes on. Finds Whiting as she turns, faces, finds Robinson. Oh, this place was gonna explode if she hit that one. And that's 3 Hawks players sandwiched around 1 Knights player. Who do you think pulled down the rebound? Azare Whiting working extra hard on the offensive glass, coming down a little worse for wear as she is fouled. But she does create the extra possession for the Knights. And a whistle will go against the College of Southern Maryland Hawks. Knights taking over almost 3 minutes into this fourth quarter. 77-41. I think the hope of the comeback has been all but erased for the Hawks here. Coaching staff, I'm sure, wants to see good, strong effort from here on out. Obviously a tough day at the office for them, but games like this could be great coaching lessons and great steps forward in the long run for your season, as we see Taylor fighting through the tough contact and finding an easy 2 points at the lane. Yeah, the game Amani Taylor has had for this College of Southern Maryland Hawks team could be a huge step forward for her. And a whistle on the floor. Possession will stay right here with the Knights. Loss, not always a loss, just an opportunity to learn, grow, get better. The Knights showing that here in this game, as, remember, they were losers in their last game, 99-95 in a top 10 matchup against the Union Owls. And they were in that game, multiple chances to really run away with that. Did not go their way at the end of it. But they have quickly put that game behind them, realizing there's a lot more games left to be played. We are still very much in the early part of this season. You want to go dancing come March. Play every game like it's your last. Put your best foot forward every game, every day on the practice field. That was the mentality for Coach Cini when he was here. Wonder what the mentality is for Coach DeVoe. I'm sure it's pretty close to that. You want to be in the fight when it matters most. Well, you got to be in the fight all season long. Every game has to be a fight. Every practice has to be a little bit of a fight. We want to compete day in and day out if you want to compete when it matters most, and that is the idea for everybody on the court. Doesn't take long for you to look up into the rafters here at CCBC Essex and see all the banners that represent trips to the NJCAA tournament ever since the women's basketball program came back here at CCBC Essex. You glance around enough and you'll see that one banner that says National Champions. Coach DeVoe and Arthur Fitzhugh, a part of that squad on the coaching staff, now running the show here at CCBC Essex, trying to continue a legacy that they were a part of building. As we see a beautiful pass on the breakaway. Under 5 minutes left to play in the fourth. The Knights will have another home game later this week, but it's a road game in between those, as they will head onto the road for a matchup on Saturday, and then they'll come right back home for another game on Sunday here at the Castle. 1 o'clock is our start time for that one. Really hope you can join us live here at the Castle for that game on Sunday, though our good friends at Chick-fil-A Nottingham Square will not be catering the event on Sunday, as you can understand why. They're here every other day except for Sunday, which is another reason why you got to come check out a game at the Castle. Whether it's inside on the hardwood or outside on the diamond or turf, our good friends at Chick-fil-A Nottingham Square always bringing the chicky sandwiches to our CCBC Essex fans. As we see a tough break here for the College of Southern Maryland Hawks, the training staff onto the court. Player limping off the court. And now a Knights player limping off the court. That's Ariel Walker. I think the two players maybe got their ankles twisted up just a little bit. Knights wanted to go on the press here in the final 4 minutes. Coach Arthur has other ideas. And that pass is over everybody's head. It would be a souvenir for a fan. But it's not. She's got to give it back. Only so many balls to go around here at the junior college level. And that's a steal on the quick pass. I think the Knights were waiting for a whistle. It never came. That's an easy 2 points for the Hawks. And that's a whistle as Rodriguez putting the nose down and getting right into the painted area very quickly. Blowing by a few defenders on her way to the rim. (83-48) as Alea Rodriguez goes to the line for two. And it's a 2-for-2 trip to the line for Rodriguez. Knights could be flirting with 100 points here tonight. That one misses everything. Nelson walks the tightrope on the baseline to save the rebound. Knights get that ball over the line with just a couple seconds to spare. Rodriguez, a three on the other side. No good. And that's a steal. Three, no good. Another look after the offensive rebound. Lost it for a second, got it back. Now pulling up on the baseline. No, passing out to the open shooter. And a timeout taken. 30-second timeout, so we will stay right here with the two teams. Kendra Lee Ramirez with the three when this possession started. Let's see what the possession has for an ending, as it's 12 seconds on the shot clock for the Knights when the game resumes here in a moment. Ramirez had the three attempt, and I believe it was Mackenzie Green. No, it was Nadia Simpson who pulled down the miss. Number 21, Nadia Simpson, freshman guard from Clinton, Maryland. A real spark plug of a player off the bench for Coach DeVoe's squad. Right now, Coach Fitzhugh's squad, as Coach DeVoe was sent to the locker room a little early here tonight. He's joining us on the broadcast, I'm sure. Hi, Coach. Drive towards the baseline. Knights wanted the call, never got one. Hawks now going the other way. Smashing that O button as they spin around the defense, and that's a walk. Got a little too excited. There was a lot of space there, and you can't blame them for being excited. It has been a tough day offensively. Nothing coming easy for that College of Southern Maryland squad. When you see all that real estate in front of you, it's tough not to jitter step with it. And there's a take to the cup. A meeting of the minds going the way of the Hawks this time as they send out an invite to the block party. No one could get the miss, though, so it's an inbounds play for the Knights. 15 on the shot clock. That's a foul on the pass. But that's now, I believe, either 4 or 5 fouls. It's indeed foul number 5, so into the bonus the Knights go. It's foul shots from here on out for them, and that will help their chances of getting to 100 today. If the Knights can get to 100, it'll be their first time since their first game of the year, where they were 127-48 winners over Allegheny. 2-for-2 trip to the line takes a nice step in the right direction. 87-48. No doubt in this one who's walking away with the W. The Knights going to be improving to 4-1 on the year. And the College of Southern Maryland Hawks going to be falling to 1-5. Ramirez with the pass over into the corner. No good. Whiting pulls down the miss. How about a second look? Nice jab step. Finding the shooter. No good. A little too long. Two good looks from downtown. Couldn't find the bottom. Taylor for three. No good. A fight for that rebound. Who touched it last? And it looks like it'll be a Hawks possession with 90 seconds left to play in the fourth. The first three attempt there was from Rodriguez. The second one from Simpson. Same result though. Hawks driving baseline with a nice move there, showing the ball and then taking it away on the swim move, I should have said. Three, no good. Chasing down the long miss, Simpson. Whiting drives. Oh, what a pocket pass to Nelson. Putting the goggles on after that, but she didn't need the glasses to find that. She's got the X-ray vision. Eyes in the back of the head and a couple on the side as well as Whiting continues to fill up the stat sheet. Through three quarters, Azuré Whiting had 7 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. Doing a little bit of everything, the sophomore from Havre de Grace. Under a minute left to play now, 89-48. I think that's all she wrote for the hopes of the Knights getting to 100. But all in all, a commanding win here at the Castle, and they will be looking for a successful weekend on the road for a game on Saturday, and then back here at the friendly confines of the Castle Sunday at 1 o'clock versus Westmoreland. 1 o'clock is the tip-off time, so please join us live here at CCBC Essex if you can, and if you can't, well, you can join us live on YouTube, your home for all of the Knights home games all season long, and it's not just here. Inside on the court, we were with you all throughout the regular season when we were running up and down the pitch. And we will be outside once again for the spring sports when the time comes. YouTube, your home for all of the Knights home games, no matter where they are. Final 30 seconds, three on the far corner, no good. Nelson gets the rebound. Quick trigger. Same result as the basket has eluded the Knights here over the last minute or so. We brought up the question, would they get to 100? And I don't know if they've gotten a basket since then. You could blame me for that one. I put the old broadcaster's jinx on them. Awfully convenient time for the bottom to fall out offensively, though. It has been their day practically from the word go. A smothering defensive performance in the second quarter, setting the stage for what would be a commanding second half performance. 89-48 is the final score here in this one. Your CCBC Essex Knights improving to 4-1 on the year and showing you why they got that shiny number 6 next to their name. Aaron Thomas in the broadcast booth encouraging you guys one more time to join us live here at the Castle on Sunday at 1 o'clock. And if you can't, well, you know where to join us on YouTube. Same place you joined us here for tonight's game. Well, until next time, thanks for joining us tonight. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night. It's been a good one, and it'll be a better one next time.